Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on probably the ultimate trailer. It's called Fog City. It's a horror movie about a bunch of friends trapped in a resort town in a house with an evil fog that's driving everybody crazy and maybe slowly killing them. It looks pretty good, but this is the way you do it. This is the way you do it. Filmmakers, smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 12, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So here's the deal. It's called Fog City. These friends go to a house. It's the usual crop of hot morons that go out to party somewhere. There's a lot of beautiful people in this movie, and they go to a place to party and get drunk, and fog rolls in. And the fog, I think, makes you crazy and causes you. It's a Steve Walsh film, directed and written by him. Makes you crazy. It's not like the fog from like Stephen King's The Fog, where there are monsters in it. They're worried that the fog is poisonous and that it makes you crazy. And it's the town of West Craven, ladies and gentlemen. So there's a group that's already in the house, and then they let people in after the fog hits, and they're worried that the people they let in are already infected. So it's like one of those movies where everybody starts accusing each other. And the girls in this movie are smoking hot, which sure doesn't hurt. But as the movie progresses, things get crazier and crazier, and eventually I think they just turn on each other and start killing each other. Because they're trying to keep out the fog, but it keeps somehow getting into the house, either through their actions or things they missed. So, lots of blood. It's not particularly gory, but it is bloody, and lots of hot chicks. So, kudos to the director. This is the way you do it. This is the way you do a horror movie. You hire the hottest girls imaginable, and it doesn't hurt to have a few handsome dudes in it. You just hire hot young people to be in it. Do I know any of the actors? Probably not. No. And you do a horror movie, and then they all turn on each other, and they start killing each other, and then eventually, I think one girl survives, and she's covered in blood, and she's in a bikini, and they give her like a beer and ask her what happened, and I think she starts telling the story. So it might be told in flashback, but I'm not sure. So the way I would break it down, the first act, it might start out with the girl, telling the story in flashback. I'm not sure, but the first act definitely is the girl's showing up at this house. Yeah, see, here she is all bloody. She's the one survivor. The girls go into this house and like, oh, we're going to have such a great time at the house. It's going to be party time. And then they're in Fog City. And then I don't know if they were to meet these guys or if they didn't know them, but at some point the fog rolls in, and I guess they get the heads up that maybe it's poisonous or whatever. But they end up letting them in, and they don't trust each other, and they're trying to keep the house fog free, but various things happen. Either they forget things and the fog rolls in anyway, or here they are fighting. The guys are fighting. One of the guys hooks up with one of the girls at some point. So, but things intensify. There's a gun involved and knives, and eventually they just start killing each other. By the second act, things get so bad they start killing each other. Yeah, this is my kind of horror movie. At some point, a cop shows up, and they end up killing him. I mean, it gets totally out of control. Here, she stabs this guy in the head. I mean, but here they are shooting the cop, shoots him through the door, and eventually just goes nuts, starts just shooting everybody. A girl runs around with an axe. I mean, it's nuts. It looks pretty nuts. The third act, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what goes on in the third act, but I had assumed that the girl survives somehow. Because it's always the girl that survives in this movie. It's never one of the guys. But she survives maybe to tell the story, and then probably the fog rolls in again, or or she survives and then goes to prison for the rest of her life because all her friends are dead and they have no real explanation of why. Maybe that's the big revelation. That would be a cool twist. Like they decide the fog is poisoning people and causing people to kill each other, but really that's not the case. They just went crazy, locked up, and they did it to themselves, and the fog was completely harmless, and now she's going to prison. That would be kind of cool. I don't think it's that, but I would see this, sure. And the interesting thing, first off, they did a voiceover. Thank you. Thank you. I've been telling filmmakers to do some damn voiceovers. You probably shouldn't do it in a movie, but definitely in a trailer. When you have, and this is a full-length trailer, by the way. It's almost 4 minutes, but the fact that they did it to just get you on board with what the hell's going on. Although, quite frankly, there's enough footage here, you'd get it. And I think there was a couple of lines that kind of explain the fog, or at least alluded to it. And then it goes even further. They're showing you this nice box set they have all ready for it with the art and two 4K DVDs, or I guess it's Blu-ray and DVD. So I guess they're ready to sell this thing, whether or not they get distribution or not. I'm not sure if they have distribution. The movie hasn't been rated yet, but they assume it's R. I'd assume it would be R. It's pretty bloody, and I assume there's boobies in it, like bare boobies. I mean, this girl is super hot, and she apparently spends the whole movie in a schoolgirl outfit. Bravo, guys. Bravo to you. That's what I would do. That's just the clothes she was wearing when she got here. She wanted to be sexy, and now she's in a horror movie. She doesn't have time to change. This is the way you do a horror movie. This is the way you do it. Hot girls, an unstoppable force, people getting killed one by one. Movie that explains the damn premise. You gotta explain the premise. It's not full of itself. It's straight up forward horror movie. This movie should do well. There's a sexy scene. There's several sexy scenes just in the damn trailer. And the fog is a good adversary, because you don't know what the hell it is. Are they going crazy? Is it like a technological thing, or is it more of a supernatural thing? Is it a combination of the two? You could do a lot with this. It could be all psychological. You can do a lot with it. And boobs. What more do you want? Let's read the write-up. And you got a write-up. A group of friends forced to seal themselves inside a Cape Cod vacation home after a mysterious orange fog is released from a nearby factory. Once trapped inside, they realize it's already too late. Perfect. Perfect pitch. That's a pitch. It's already too late. They're all doomed. That's an even better pitch. Although she gets away at the end, so maybe they're not doomed. I don't know. But Fog City, I like the title. It's nice. It's short. It's succinct. It basically tells you what the movie's about. I mean, perfect. I'm going to give it an upvote just for being an awesome trailer. This is the way you make a trailer. It's got all the information you need, except it hasn't been rated yet and they don't have a release date. But other than that, it has everything. And a release date, you can just drop that right in, no problem. You just drop the edit in. This is what you do. This is what you do. Give us the damn premise of the movie. Show us the highlights. Don't give away the ending. I don't know what the ending is. I mean, you can see what's happening. You show a bunch of stuff from the second act, the first and second act, but you don't show the third act because you don't want to give it away. There you go. Looks fun, guys. I hope I get to see it. I hope you get a release. I mean, maybe you'll get a release. This is probably going to go direct to VOD, and and hard copies, but still, was this a? I wonder if this was a crowd-funded situation. It feels like one, because crowd-funded guys have to get their act together, right? You gotta have copies of the movie ready to go, and they apparently do. They've got all the packaging ready. I mean, it's slick. It's slick. You should watch this trailer. If you have any interest in making your own movie, especially a horror movie, watch this trailer. Perfect. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based take. If you can find a more based take, I say take it. I'll be at the Cherry Street Pier on Friday for the Cherry Street Pier Market, if I can figure out where to park. And then on Saturday, I'll be at the Berwyn, PA Farmers Mart in Berwyn, PA. So hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.